Hey, happy Sunday. Welcome to class number 5, going over a review of everything we've covered so far, especially regarding what makes a good Qigong practice, and then diving into the wood element, anger, compassion, and vigor. So we're going to dive in today. So wherever you are, just let's take a moment together and ground into the space. So slow our breath down, take an inhale through the nose, exhale out of the sigh. Tuning into the heart, feeling the crown extend up, shoulders drop back, feet flat on the ground. Inhaling, feeling the belly first. Exhaling, sending a smile down through our brain, our heart, our belly. One more time, calling in our higher self. Feeling your feet on the ground, your belly soft, open, your heart connected, here, fully present, and your mind spacious, open, ready to explore. So welcome. I'm going to jump right into our objectives for today. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know as I go if the volume changes, because I got a microphone. So when I step back, just want you guys to keep your head on a swivel. Okay. Let me know how I'm doing. All right. Share screen. Boom. Okay, so class number 5, objectives. Most importantly today, what makes a good Qigong practice? Second, nourishing our liver and harnessing anger. Number 3, boundaries and the power of no. And then the emotional transformation, anger, compassion, and vigor, or zest. All right, we hold a lot of energy in when we don't express what's really on our mind, and that repressed energy becomes stagnant. So we're going to talk about some practices and how to work with our anger in a healthy way and see what it looks like in an unhealthy way. So I'm going to outline this, and then we're going to go right into some practice. I often call it, when I'm reviewing like this, a Qigong drive-by. So we're going to touch into each piece and begin to see the template that we're creating. And it's something that I want you to take away with you. So when you practice other systems of energetic training and cultivation, you already have the essentials and know what to look for in a good system, and good teachers. So what makes a good Qigong practice? Well, the essence of Qigong, we know, is the union of breath, movement, and mind. And as we unify these three, one becomes centered, balanced, in the flow. And it's through that deep, slow movement and breath that we nourish our organs. And when we do the subtle twists, reaches, and bends, that the organs, the glands, the channels, all of the fascial tissue is nourished with blood, oxygen, fresh nutrients on the physical level. On the energetic or emotional level, it slows our brain waves down into that alpha state, and then calms our heart, calms our mind, so we're more centered and truly able to activate the flow state. So in my training over the last 10 years, I've found, this is what makes Qigong. That's the essence. Now there's ways to improve upon this initial piece that is Qigong. And the reason being is, when you start a Qigong practice, just like I think of it, as my energetic workout. So if I want to work out, I want to warm my body, I want to warm my tissues, I want to do what's needed to ground and center. So the first part, the opening procedure, is our grounding pillar, connecting to our heart, connecting to the deep love and trust of our soul, and connecting to that higher power, that great mystery, God, the universal intelligence, whatever word you have for it, connecting to that larger presence, and then feeling that divine presence inside of our very cells, letting that root all the way down deep through our bones into the earth. That's the first key. Second key is warming up the body. So if you've been following along, doing some of the practices, you're already familiar with some of these. There's a few simple ways: rolling the neck, rolling the shoulders, rolling the hips, shaking, tapping. So we're going to do a modified version of that together. Next is the actual Qigong exercises. So the beginning opening procedure and warm-up can be as short as 2 to 5 minutes, right? And it's not required before you start a Qigong series, but it will help, especially like if you're having a dedicated 30 to 60 minutes of Qigong. You want to set the space up right. You want to do your body, your mind, your soul right. Now, there's times during the middle of the day where I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do my Qigong exercise for 5 minutes. And I don't have the opening and the closing, but I know that I'm getting it in there and doing what's right for my spirit in the moment and for my mind in the moment. In the Qigong exercises, there's 6 primary movements. And if you have any questions about some of those specifics, make sure that you put those in the Vimeo file, okay? And I'll be happy to answer more clearly. So we're going to go through each one as a flow today, all right? And then as a closing, you always want to close your Qigong exercises with stillness. Letting all the energy that we've cultivated settle down back into our lower dantian to feel that sense of calm, nourishment, relaxation. The last thing we want to do is create our spiritual practice from a place of more doingness. We want to activate that space of beingness, which is why between each movement we have the stillness, the dropping in, the letting go. And the last piece is tapping, rubbing, a way to nourish our skin, our sensory organs. And, if we have any stiff or tight knees or joints from our standing Qigong practice, to help make sure we can walk out of here feeling real good and fresh and vibrant. Now, if you look on the right-hand side, top right, you see that picture. So in that opening procedure, the pillar of light, that grounding practice, energetically, that's what's happening. We're dropping our energy into the earth, and it spirals back up and through, creating this force field of love, of unconditional love. And so as I speak about it right now, just start to feel not only inside of your body, but that field around you, your heart field. And you begin to feel that we are in a space of unconditional love. We're in a space of sacredness and trust. You don't have to earn this love. It's a love that is here for you, to support you and nourish you, no matter what's going on. And now the picture below, the central channel, we also call the Tai Chi pole. And you can see each dantian, right? Mind, heart, and the belly. The Bai Hui, which is the point that we begin to open on 7 is heaven, right? During the pillar of light. And then you see at the bottom of the feet that are kidney 1 points that opens up to the earth to ground us. And then Hui Yin, you see, it's also called CV1 or conception vessel number 1. That's our earth gate. And that gently opens and closes to receive energy from the earth and then to condense and build Qi in our belly. So when we're practicing Qigong, you want to have a slight lift on the perineum, and that enables you to contain the Qi. Think of your belly like this barrel. And so if your sphincter is too soft, too relaxed, then you're leaking energy. And over time, if you practice enough and you don't lift, gently contract that, you will notice it feels almost like something's leaking there energetically, or maybe there's like water there around your perineum or your anus. So that's a sign that you're leaking some chi from your practice. So it's just a gentle lift up. And when we do our Dantian breathing, where we relax it and then contract it, that gets us used to using that muscle. And it's an important part of sound vibration training and healing as well. So it has many different functions. It's also super key in sexual cultivation as well. Okay. So now we're going to go through it. We're going to go through a short practice. I'm just adjusting this. Looks like I saw a question pop up, so I wanted to attend to that. Yes, Joe. So you want to have your perineum lifted gently throughout the practice. Okay, it's not tight, and you'll find that rhythm. You'll find that flow. But there's time when I'm breathing where I'm like, I want to actually fully relax it, but it's conscious. Okay, so just becoming aware of that as a mechanism to seal and contain energy. So kind of so it's not necessarily every single moment, but in general, maybe 70% of the time you want that lifted, okay? All right, we are gonna go into practice mode now. Going into a Qigong drive-by. So I am gonna stop the share, boom. Okay, here we go, so find a spot. And sometimes I switch between number 1 and number 2, especially if I'm teaching class and I'm waiting, for people to come in. We'll start with a little bit of warm up, opening the body, the vessels, the channels, the organ systems, the spine. So we're gonna keep it real simple today. The most basic warm up for the body, we start with that shaking for about a minute. So feel your crown extend, your shoulder blades drop back and down, your hips right underneath, your feet under your hips. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, relax the jaw. So we use cleansing breaths. That means we use a little sound in the beginning to purify our mind, energize our body, our tissues. Bend the elbows, shake out the wrists and the fingertips. This also helps with our ability to feel energy. So we shake, it aligns our bones, helps get our lymphatic system, which clears out toxins. Our lymphatic system is our body fluids. You can do this for a while, right? You can go forward, backward, you can shift left, you can shift right, just feeling groovy. Connecting to your breath. And align the spine again. Now completely stop. Be in stillness and feel. Bring the microphone over here so y'all can hear me better. And simply feeling the energy flow. And now make a soft fist. And we're going to twist the spine. So we'll open the spine and gently tap the kidneys. Connecting to our breath. Feeling our tailbone drop down into the earth. Knees are bent, shoulders are soft. And then send that smile down through our heart, down into our belly. Continue to extend the spine up to the crown as you sink the tailbone down. Good. And then slowly come to a still point. Now we inhale, bring our hands to our heart. See that sphere of light in your heart, trusting in your soul. And inhale, arms float forward, honoring all of life. And looking up to the sky, opening our heart to the divine, to the universal presence, the infinite. And exhale, pull down this pillar of light and spiral at the mind, transforming our mind. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, float the hands down, healing the body, grounding our mind, our emotions, sending this energy through our belly, down through our legs. Very good. Now we inhale 3 times. Pull down the heavens. Grounding our physical body. Grounding our emotional body, creating a sanctuary to practice. Calling in our higher self, our connection to source energy, the universal presence of love, peace, of pure consciousness. Feel this energy of light overflowing the mind, the heart, the belly. Feel this energy flowing down your crown, your heart, your belly, your tailbone, deep into the earth. Once again, feel your feet opening like eyes, growing tree roots in the center of Mother Earth. Inhale, drawing chi up. Filling the legs and the belly with earth chi, grounding you. And as the energy overflows, feel it flow up into the heart, opening our heart, activating our heart. Sending out our palms, filling this space with light. Inhaling, expanding the energy around you, pressing against the floor, the walls, and the ceilings. As you exhale, feel your energy field, that cocoon of light around you, growing stronger. And feel your crown is open and connected to the grand central sun, the universe. Inhaling light from the divine through our skin, our pores, through all of the gates of our body, our joints, filling our spine. Very good. And inhale, expand the hands. Exhale, bring the hands closer together. Slow as you can. Breathing in, expanding the belly, expanding the hands. Exhale, pressing on the edge of chi. Feel it grow stronger and stronger. One more time. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, grounding in. So remember, today's a little different. We're going to do each movement one time as a flow. Observe how it affects your body, your energy, your consciousness. It's a Qigong drive-by. First, 3 treasures. Balancing, 3 treasures. Inhale, expand it. Palms open like wings. Exhale, down, squatting down to the heels. Keeping the spine straight if you have any back injuries. As you breathe in, drawing chi up from the earth, opening the central channel, filling the legs, the belly, then rolling that golden ball, cleansing the heart. Pressing to the heel of the hand. Inhaling, rising into the sky, wrists are soft. Extending up through the rib cage, letting the organs breathe, extending through the crown. As you exhale, stretch the fingertips, sink the shoulders and the hips. So fingertips look like this. Okay, arms stay straight. And inhale, pull down the heavens. Going right into the lungs now, the middle element. Exhale, bring the arms in. And if you have any shoulder issues, you can let the arms rest a little lower here. Inhale, white tiger parts the clouds. Calling back our sense of self-love and honor, integrity. Exhale, dissolving any shame. Being with ourselves fully. And we drop down, reconnect with the earth once again. And now let our tree roots go deeper and wider. Grounding our legs, our feet, our dantian into the earth. One time. Now widen the feet out, so toes go out, heels go out. This is important because we want to open the leg channels. Inhale, bring your left hand on top. Notice my hand is level with the shoulder, not too high. We don't want to cut off the chi flow in the shoulder. The other hand is behind, so we're opening up this left shoulder. Inhale, palm paints the sky. Exhale, letting go down into the earth. Shifting from left to right, dropping the hips to raise the body up. And then sink the shoulders, let the chi settle into the kidneys. Change sides. And this hand, this top hand is always like we're catching rainwater. So you want to find that still point between. Inhale, painting the sky. Calling in courage, willpower, wisdom. Exhale, dissolving our fear. And back up. We move to the wood element, liver. So as you swoop one hand forward, so this is your right hand, left hand presses. We squeeze through the intercostal muscles. Inhale, change hand. Exhale, roll the ball right along the solar plexus. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now from here, the second part, and we inhale and reach back. Open the torso, open the neck. And then exhale, pull through, roll that ball once again. Breathing in, chest is tall. Feel your waist twisting. Exhale. Pulling through that compassion, letting go of anger, internally or externally. Now bring the hands in, under, palms connect. Now bring your left hand on top, make that ball move to the fire element, the heart. Inhale. As you exhale, roll the ball. So the left hand will push the right hand up. I'll be your mirror. So upper hand is pressing the sky, lower hand is pushing the mountain. Inhale into the center. Calling in love, purpose, play. Exhale, letting go of unmet expectations. And inhale back to the center. Roll the hands back down to the lower dantian. Now, we go into the earth element. You can bring your feet together a little bit if you need to. Bring them under the shoulders, let the legs relax a little bit. Inhale, last series of movements for the earth. Carry that ball. As you exhale, palms face down. This is the yin version of this movement, the soft, cleansing version. Inhale, elbows widen. Okay, so this is like this. Make a diamond shape. Inhale, rise up, holding the sun. Exhale, elbows in, paint down. Palms connect. Breathing in, carrying Mother Earth, calling in that deep trust in your soul and the wisdom of your body. Exhale, dissolving worry and doubt. Sending gratitude to Mother Earth. Inhale, rising up, calling in your essence, trusting deeply. As you exhale, pulling down these golden arcs of light. Palms connect. Inhale, carry the earth. Now we move to the yang version. We're cultivating energy. At the side here, look at me for a moment. I'll be your mirror. You inhale, pull back that left hand. Exhale, send the energy like waves. Let the right hand catch the chi. At the side now, you inhale, and the hands will go like this. Pull open and apart like there's this big sphere, and then all this chi into the earth. Inhale, Spreading our arms like wings. As you exhale, the palms press the sky, but we look forward now. Shoulders sink, tailbone drops, feeling that nice twist through our torso, allowing our organs to breathe, increasing our digestion. Inhale, pull down, arcing, and then the palms connect. Inhale, carry Mother Earth. Keep inhaling, pull back the right hand. Exhale, send the energy. Feel you rotating from your central axis, your tailbone in the earth, crown in the sky. Inhale, palms glossing over the surface of Mother Earth. And as you exhale, twist. Feel that nice squeeze, and inhale, pull down those arcs of light, calling in deep trust. Trust in your soul. Connect the palms. Breathe in, return to the center. Now rest here for 10 breaths. As you breathe in, let the belly expand. As you breathe out, let the belly come back and down, becoming aware of that lifting of the perineum. That gentle lifting of the perineum also prevents organ prolapse. So inhale, fill your belly. Let the perineum soften. As you exhale, lift the perineum. Belly button comes back toward the spine. Resting in silence now, smiling down with gratitude for your heart, for your mind, for your soul. Gratitude for all the opportunities in your life, all the growth edges we are coming into contact with, all the lives we are touching simply through our presence. Feel your muscles begin to relax around your bones. As you breathe in now, feel you're inviting in deeper wisdom, support, soul activation for your purpose. Begin to see and feel the resources, the insights, whatever you need is here. Keep relaxing deeper. Our awareness smiling down through our heart into the sun inside our belly. Feeling the earth beneath our feet. And then we make that ball shape. Smiling down, pouring our intention, our love into this ball. And we let the hands rest on the belly. Feeling that warmth and that heat from that short practice. Nourishing our organs. Massage the belly. Round again. I do roughly 9 both directions. Slowly coming to a still point. Then release. When you're ready, open the wrists, fingers, feet, ankles. Good. Then we'll do a mini tapping and closing. So rub the hands, make a fire. Make that fire. Then massage the face, temples, nose, jaw, ears, and down the back, chest, underneath the arm, down the organs, and then down the kidneys, down the legs, and up the inside of the legs. 2 more. Good. Then massage and bounce. Massage in the inguinal crease, and then massage and bounce kidneys. Very good. Last one, make a fire. Let's open our knee joints up. Circling from the knees, holding the knees. I know you can't see me right now. Very good. Then slowly come back to your chair. So take a moment and write down in the chat box how you're feeling, what you noticed from that very abbreviated Qigong practice. But all the elements of a good practice were in there. There we go. So doing each movement sincerely, even one time, has a beneficial effect on our consciousness, on our sensitivity. Don't be afraid, drop it in the chat box. Let me know how y'all doing. We're not live in person, so y'all gotta speak to me through the chat box. Yeah, Kristen likes the simplicity, makes it attainable. Excellent. Felt very grounding. Good sense of anxiety completely dissipated. Beautiful. Joe, the subtleties always really help. I feel more tingling in my fingertips and awareness of chi when focusing on subtleties. Yes, yes, yes. Well done. That is the key. That is the key. The subtleties are where the magic is. Yeah, right? And that was a short practice, but that tingling is a sign. And that's the first sign that our practices is working. We're getting benefit. That's an increase of blood flow, oxygen, nutrients, opening of the channels. And then once we learn how to feel chi, now we can actually notice it and begin to work with it, direct it, cleanse it, right? Or cleanse us, not it. All right, moving along. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? I'm going to share my screen again. All right. Close this chat box. Bang, bang, boom. So we're going to review the first two elements that we covered. The middle element, the organ, is the lungs. And the emotions that we carry are sadness, shame, guilt, grief, right? Grief and sadness are similar. And shame and guilt are similar, but they're just slightly different flavors. And the other side is courage or honor. And so what happens when we aren't honoring ourselves or aren't honoring our word? We feel sad. We feel ashamed. Now, as we begin to work with this organ through the sound, through the color, that natural sense of confidence comes forth. And we know that there comes sadness in life. And sadness tells us that something is important. Sadness is one of those emotions that I think can be misinterpreted as something bad. But in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, they say on the warrior's path, sadness tells us that we're in touch with life. We're in touch with the preciousness, the rawness, and the inevitability of change. Because part of us wants to grasp and hold on to the beauty. And yet we know that everything dies and falls away. So there's this natural sadness with life. And it brings a new meaning for me now when I feel that sense. So giving ourselves permission to be sad is super, super important. Now the sound to help cleanse stagnant grief, like if we haven't grieved or if we haven't been able to realign to our soul and share from that space of alignment, then we feel a heaviness. It's all on our shoulders. And we don't have that sense of natural confidence that we can handle life, or that we're going to be supported. And the sound, there's two sounds. The shh. So do this with me, okay? Inhale, exhale, shh. So feet on the ground, inhale, exhale, shh. One more time. Good. So that shh sound, there can be a certain sharpness to it. So metal has that little bit of sharpness, that crispness, that clarity. So when we do that, shh, helps cleanse the lungs, also helps clear the mind. Now the sound that affects the lung organ more powerfully, the shh sound will work more with the mind and more with the actual channels of the lungs. The shang will open the lungs. So now bring your hands on the lungs, okay? And as you inhale, feel the lungs and the belly fill. Now as you exhale, shang. Focusing on the vibration. Inhale. Shang. Now bring one hand on the back of the head. I want you to feel the NG at the end vibrating and clearing the mind. Inhaling. Shang. Let's do two more. Inhale, feel the lungs. Fill with white light. Exhale, letting go. Shang. Last one. Calling in our courage, our confidence. Letting go. Shang. Now rest in silence, focusing on that white light to nourish the lungs. Your crown extended, your shoulders soft, your spine tall. Inhaling, seeing this brilliant white light. Feel this alignment with your soul, calling in your essence, the divine matrix of your lungs, healing your lungs, healing your shoulders. See it, feeling every little cell and pore. And as you exhale, see that white light shining brighter and brighter, brighter and brighter, stronger and stronger. Two more breaths. At your own time now. After we do the sounds, it's important to rest in stillness. Feel the vibration, the softness, observe, listen. Good. In the movement, we are going to review the movement as well. You don't necessarily have to stand for this one. I'm just going to back my chair up so y'all can see me. So thumb, first finger, lung, large intestine channel. We inhale, gathering in white light, shoulders soft, elbows are heavy so the chi can flow through. And we'll feel that opening through the front of the chest and the shoulders. Shoulders will come back. As you exhale, palms face the sky. The shoulder blades will round now. So we're compressing and releasing the thoracic spine and the lungs. So palms face the sky. Inhale, breathing in white light. Now let's exhale. Inhaling white light. Exhaling, dissolving like steam. Letting go of the heaviness from our shoulder. Breathing in natural courage, confidence, soul alignment. White light, feel the lung. Exhale, dissolve. I'll do 3 more with the sham. Inhale. Exhale. Sham. Inhale. Sham. Last one. Breathing in, calling in your essence. White light. Sham. Now we do it in silence. Inhale, absorbing white light. Exhale, feel the nourishing of our lungs. Feel that light shining brighter and brighter. Inhaling for all of our cells and pores. Exhaling, filling our lungs, strengthening our lungs. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. White tiger parts the clouds. If you want to get more activation through your arm channels, just extend a little bit. You'll feel a little zing in the arm channel. And exhale, feel that rush of chi flow down, clearing from the shoulders, chest, lungs, out the palms. One more time. Breathing in that white light into the lungs. Exhaling, grounding, centering. Then put your hands down your waist. Roll the shoulders if they got tight. Good. So rest in stillness now for a moment. Observe what you feel. Then put it in the chat box. Make a note. And as you do that, we've got a lot to cover today. I'm going to move on to the water element. So that first movement that we do, balancing the 3 treasures, is not connected to an element. It's used for opening the central channel. Okay, so that's why it's not in this review, but it's an extremely important movement to begin our Qigong practice, because we want the central channel and the spine to be open. Because when the spine's open, all the glands that innervate into the nerve plexuses that are along the spine are now more open, more available. So we're going to feel energy more fluidly, more effectively than if we just start without that kind of spinal rolling, dipping down, and stretching. The water element. The organ is the kidneys. And in medical Qigong, the names of the movements for these specific ones are typically, you know, the lung exercise, the kidney exercise, but there's so many different exercises. I thought it was helpful to make sure we have more specific names kind of describing them. So the lungs is the white tiger parts the clouds, right? The kidneys is the blue turtle snake, and it dips into the ocean. Now, I'm not going to get into a big theory about the animals in this moment. We don't have time for that. But what I do want to say is when we do these movements, that animal essence has a certain quality, a certain vibration, a certain energy. And so allow that to kind of inform you, okay? And when you're practicing, remember that the most important thing is unifying your breath with your mind as you move. That's where the magic happens. If we get too stuck in our head and about theory or about, having to know all of these specifics, it can distract us from simply the vibration and what's trying to come through us in our practice. So it's a real balance. And I'm giving you all a lot of theory here. So just want to remind you of that. Now, the kidneys, the emotions are fear, willpower, and wisdom. Fear, willpower, and wisdom. Now the sound, oops, that's a typo. The sound to cleanse is not sh or shang. The sound to cleanse is you, okay? Y, you. You. And you notice the shang, right? It's high, it's in the chest. You can even feel it in the back of your head. The you. Now put one hand on your belly and then one hand behind your lower back area, right? Where the kidneys are. So it's all about vibration and resonance. And when you can feel the vibration, we know it's working. We're vibrating the tissues, the glands, and also there's more science out that shows these sound vibrations also can activate certain neuropeptides in the brain. And I'm going to go in deeper that a little bit later in this slideshow. So let's do the water element sound to work with our fear, clear our fear, clear our adrenals from cortisol, the stress hormone. So inhale, fill with blue light. Fill our entire belly, our lower back with blue light. Exhale, you. Do it one more time. You. Now, some of you may be feeling vibrations, some of you may not. So I'm going to share with you a couple subtleties to help increase the vibration, all right? Lower this a little bit. So bring your hands like this around you, okay? So you can feel the front and this kind of sides. And what you're going to do is as you inhale, okay, just feel that little lifting of the perineum, okay? That's the ceiling to increase the vibration. Now as you exhale, I want you to imagine you're lifting something heavy and you have to push your belly out. Okay, can you see that? I'm lifting the perineum and the belly gets big. So now tap the belly hard enough so you can feel the belly brace. Okay, this is the packing in chi. And you'll feel the lift from the perineum as well. Okay. So think we're filling our belly, our dantian, our rib cage like a chamber, a vibration chamber. Now we're going to go back to it and bring your hands, kind of hold your belly and your sides. Inhale, fill with that blue light. Now as you exhale, fill the belly. You. Breathing in, blue light, fill the kidneys. Wisdom, willpower. Exhale, you. Now, allow your hands to rest comfortably on your belly or your lower back. Inhale, breathing in that blue light. Exhale, you. So the goal is to find that tone, that pitch when you feel the vibration. And to cleanse, we go from a high to low. So it's a descending tone. You. With practice, you'll get it. So in regards to our Qigong practice, these are an extra layer to add more precision to our Qigong. As a general rule of harmony and balance, you do 5 repetitions with the sound. And you do 5 repetitions where you're in silence, simply absorbing the color. So that way we help cleanse and then we help build the Qi. Now we'll do the movement. So this is the blue turtle snake, dips into the ocean. I'll step back. Last time, because we were seated, I didn't go into the big mode, but we're standing, so I'm gonna go into the big mode now. That's better. So this, remember the kidneys, when we have stress, the adrenals that sit right on top of the kidneys get squeezed. So this movement is meant to stretch and clear the cortisol from our lower back and kidneys. So this will help with low back pain and really de-stress your body. And it opens up the leg channels. So we start with our feet shoulder width, then toes come out, heels come out. Both feet are pointing straight ahead, okay? Then I'll be your mirror. Bring your right hand up, left hand behind, drop the shoulders. And then your eyes, as you inhale, will look just underneath that first knuckle. We shift the weight from right to left, forward into the hips, and then we dip down in that little stretch in the low back, stretch to the kidneys, shift from left to right, and sink the hips to raise the torso, just like that. Now we use the sound. Inhale that deep blue light, calling in our spiritual willpower, aligning our will with the divine. Exhale, dissolving our fear, any trauma. You. Rest. Inhale, blue light. Painting the ocean. Exhale. You. One more, inhale. You. I'll do 3 more in silence. Inhale, gathering blue light. Exhale, see it shining brighter in your kidneys, fingertips gathering chi from this brilliant blue river beneath us. Inhaling with a smile, feeling the focus and the willpower to fulfill our heart's intentions, our soul's intentions. Last one. Breathing in smooth, big. Exhaling, reaching down, feel the fingertips glossing through water. We're gathering that water up through our hand. It's flowing down our back, settling in the kidneys. Drop the tailbone, drop the shoulders, extend the crown. Catching that healing rainwater. Now we inhale, go to the other side. Drop the shoulders, sink the tailbone. Inhale, blue light. Shifting from left to right, forward into the hips. Drop it down. You. Pause for a moment. With that hand on the lower back and kidneys, it'll help you begin to feel that vibration. That cleansing. Inhale. Gathering in wisdom. Dissolving, letting go. Sink the hips to raise the torso. Inhale. Wisdom for within our bones, our ancestors. Exhale, letting go. Now we do 3 more in silence. Breathing in a blue light. Exhale. Fingertips glossing through the ocean. Gathering the sacred water. Letting it nourish our kidneys. 2 more. Inhaling. Exhale. Breathing in. Gathering. Breathing out. Feel that light shining brighter and brighter in the low back. Then let the shoulders sink. Drop the tailbone. Come back to the center. Then bring the hands over the belly. Feet in. Short grounding. Just massage the belly. Condense it all in the dantian. And we come back. All right, how was that practice for y'all? Let me know how y'all are doing. Put it in the chat box. What did you notice? What did you experience? All right, we are doing great. Great, great, great. Okay, moving along, since we have a lot to cover today. Excellent. Noticeable loss of tension around the lower back. Yes, sir, indeed. It's one of my favorites. So Qigong, why it's so effective and why it heals is because we get that gentle compression and release of the organs, the tissue, and the fascia. All right. Briefly, we're going to talk about the science of sound healing. And, you know, just like each one of us has a name, and when we use that particular name, we are able to identify, we are able to speak to that person, we're able to speak to that essence, that energy. And in various Eastern traditions, Chinese medicine, the yogic traditions, there's very specific sounds for each chakra. And each chakra is connected to a glandular system. And these glandular systems are then connected to our organ systems, our nervous system, our immune system. So remember, life is vibrational resonance. Everything is vibrating. And it's just what level of density, okay? Is it more dense, less dense? And so the higher frequency pitches, I just want you to listen and pay attention, okay? I'm gonna go through one sound that hits all the primary centers. And it's gonna start with the high center. Just relax now. Next week, we're going to go deeper into this very specific sound. But today, I just want to introduce it. Now, cymatics is a science that explores when sound waves or when sound is emitted, those waves then actually create beautiful mandalas and affect the cells, the tissues, and can actually affect areas in the body that we couldn't access otherwise. So they're doing, a lot of scientific research on this, and they've also found something called binaural beats, which basically you have a slightly different pitch in both ears. Thus, by neurons, these sound vibrations then create more coherence between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So when you hear throat singers or people chanting from any tradition, right, they do these overtones. And these overtones are very similar to a binaural beat. So as we do these sound vibrations, I want you to remember that most important is that you practice finding that right tone that you can feel the vibration. And if you can't feel the vibration, that's okay. Trust that your intention is enough. And eventually you'll find that right tone, okay? And once again, these specific sounds are meant to target that specific organ tissue to vibrate the cells that then allow toxins, emotions, etc., to be cleansed, to purge, to have space to breathe, right? And if we look at our natural human tendency, when we feel an emotion, what happens? We express ourselves and we have a particular tone. Maybe we have a fire tone if we're angry. That's what we're going into today. Or we have a low tone if we're sad, or kind of a moaning tone if we're depressed, right? Or maybe a more sing-songy, kind of a happy, right? More of a heart sound when we're feeling joy. Okay. So Qigong practice, we actually already did our Qigong practice there. So I'm going to move right along. Okay, briefly, we're going to review now moving into the wood element. So we covered metal, covered water, covered the power of sound. So the fascial lines, basically the liver channel runs up the inside of the legs, then up through like the deep psoas, and into the right side there. You can see it, which is the liver. And the next picture I'll show you. I'll just go to it right now. See the liver there? So put your hands on your rib cage and kind of press in to actually both ribs and see if it feels tender. And now I want you to focus on the right side. So I'm going to lower this. Extend your arm up so you create space between the intercostal muscles and really press in there on the exhale. Feel the tenderness. These are our breathing muscles. So if these areas get tense, get tight, it can affect our shoulders because our serratus and our intercostal muscles, which are all through here, like, will start to pull down, and then our shoulders will become more protracted inward. So we got to free this up as well as build these muscles back here to help align the shoulders. Now, more importantly, these are our breathing muscles. So when these are tight, we don't get full, deep abdominal breath. And our diaphragm, you can see in that picture, the liver runs right across our diaphragm as well. So now begin to feel in, right here where the right side inside of the rib cage is, just underneath that soft, tender spot, solar plexus. And feel, so I'm lifting my arms up like this, and just feel if it feels tender or tight. Then inhale, breathe in light. Now exhale, press in a little bit more, helping to dissolve. One more time. And exhale, dissolve. Good. Now go on the right rib cage again. You can let your arm relax. Excellent. So we're going to go into the sounds here in a moment, but I'm going to review some of the ways to nourish the liver and how it shows up in our life. So when wood element is in balance, we have vigor, right? And we'll go back to this. The liver is connected to all of our ligaments, our tendons, our fascia. So one way to work with anger in a healthy way is to exercise, right? To let the chi move, to clear the stagnation. The symptomatic sounds when somebody is out of balance, they have a very shouting kind of voice, right? They're very loud. It's like you meet them, you're like, hey, just turn the volume down a couple of notches. You don't got to yell at me. So that's a pattern of imbalance with the liver. And liver chi stagnation may show up as muscle pain, muscle cramps, or menstrual cramps, because the liver is what stores the blood. And when we go to sleep at night, the blood comes back to the liver. And then when we wake up, when we start moving and in activity, then the blood nourishes our muscles, our tendons, our ligaments, and glands for activity. Now, the liver also detoxifies and filters the blood. It also produces hundreds of enzymes and hormones in the process of digestion and sugar metabolism. So the liver organ is super, super important. And in Chinese medicine, it is responsible for the free flow of blood and qi moving throughout the body. So stagnant liver qi, what does it look like? What is that? What are some more of those symptoms? You may notice more trembling movements, irritable, poor balance, headaches. So if you look to the left, you'll see it says GB1. So the liver and the gallbladder are directly connected. And so if the liver chi is stagnant, that channel that reaches up to the mind will create more headaches. We call them tension headaches or stress headaches, right? Or you can have TMJ, jaw pain and issues. So these are all signs that there's an imbalance with the liver organ and the liver organ system. And what causes liver chi stagnation? Primarily, it's poor diet, lack of exercise, greasy, fatty kinds of foods, as well as stress or anger, frustration. And the sense organ that it's connected to is the eyes. So if you look in your eyes, as your Qigong practice grows, your spiritual practice grows, you should see the whites of your eyes getting brighter and brighter, more clear. If you have kind of yellowy around the eyes, this actually tells a lot about the health of the liver. All right, so wood element in balance, there's vigor, vitality, there's assertiveness, there's also generous quality, and there's an ability to be compassionate as well. And the wood element is connected to the spring season. So if we look at spring, what is spring? After the winter, when all of the chi of nature goes back into the earth, back into the roots, to revive, to die, and then be rebirthed. Now that vigor, now that energy extends and grows out in beautiful flowers, trees. And so there's this quality of being strong, yet also flexible in one's body when this is in balance. When it's out of balance, this person is overreactive, aggressive, confrontational, and is kind of run by this irritable, frustrated energy, and can also be stubborn and work to get their way, and are not so compassionate or empathetic with others' issues. Okay. Next up, transforming anger equals healthy boundaries. So as I've shared before, we each come in with an original essence. And this original essence is that of courage, love, compassion, deep trust, confidence, right? And living in the world, we acquire the emotions of anger, frustration, sadness, fear. These are also natural emotions, but they are part of being in the world. They're part of being in society and being in culture. And all of these emotions are going to happen till the day we die. It's just a matter of how we use them and how we utilize them. So the essence of anger is healthy boundaries, is being able to say no. And it's that quality of fire that's needed to penetrate a situation. And, you know, at its most base level is to protect oneself, to protect the vulnerable, to protect our family, to right a wrong that we see happening, whether it's in front of us or if we see something outside of ourselves that needs to be handled. You know, like I know right now, there's a lot of angry people on the planet, you know, and especially around the political situation. And it can be very, very toxic. So I choose not to put my energy in there and instead create a healthy boundary inside of me of, oh, I know these particular areas are going to be toxic, or these particular persons are going to be toxic. And that anger is a bunch of blame and shame and victim consciousness. So what is healthy anger? It's compassion plus assertion. Compassion plus assertion, or being in that larger love field where I love you so much that I have to speak up. I care about you so much, I have to say something because this isn't right. You're harming yourself, or you're not respecting my boundaries, or you're not listening to what's going on, right? So healthy anger is just about being assertive and having a very clear sense of self and boundary, and not allowing yourself to get taken advantage of and overgive, right? The flip side is being overly generous, overly compassionate, and not honoring our own needs and not honoring our own time, especially. So anger, when it's unhealthy, what does it look like? Well, it turns into aggression. And aggression basically is when we lose our sense of humanity. We lose the care, we lose the compassion for ourselves or for the person across from us. And it goes into shame, blame, and basically dehumanizes the person. The other flip side is repression and projection, because it's unsafe to feel anger, or it's unsafe to feel that sense of power, right? There's a power in expressing our anger, but then that anger can burn. And so the flip side is, oh, I don't want to confront anyone. I don't want to make people feel wrong or bad, so I'm not going to speak up, right? That's the flip side. So we want to have the balance and simply be assertive with, hey, this is my truth right now. This is what's going on. And speaking to this person in a way that's honoring who they are. Hey, I appreciate you. I honor where you come from, and this is what I have to share. You know, and or I know that a lot of us are super busy and we overcommit with our time. And so, what I want you to do in this moment is breathe, close your eyes, and feel what relationships or work relationships feel draining. Feel like an energetic suck or a time suck. It could be friends, it could be family. And then begin to see yourself expressing what's true for you, not from a place of aggressiveness or making them wrong, but coming from your own truth. Sharing from a place of firm love, fierce compassion. And then make a note of these people that you need to perhaps have a conversation with, or simply create more clear containers or boundaries. I'm going to go back to that fierce compassion. One of the most important things we can do as a community, as an awakened community, is to share with our brothers and sisters what we see in a way that's honoring, but also that's clear. Because I know each one of us have shadow material that we can't see. And we go into default patterns and we hide from ourselves, or we project. And sometimes we don't know. We don't know what's going on. So inviting you to begin to see the areas of your life where you can begin to share from that place of compassion, from that place of owning your power. And it doesn't have to be aggressive, but owning who you are, what you stand for, and then having compassion for ourselves for that which we cannot see. So it's a both and. We have compassion for that which we cannot see. And it's kind of like, you have a card on your head and everybody can see your shadow but you, right? Everybody can see what's going on but you. And sometimes it takes that loving friend to have that conversation of, hey, brother, hey, sister, this is what I see. And it comes from love. It comes because I care about you. And I want to know how you feel, if you can see this, if you're in touch with this. Know that it doesn't come from a place of judgment, but it comes from a place of care. And I ask you to help me see as well. And so, we do that with trusted friends. We don't do that with everybody. And if there is someone where we do feel it's important to share, like, there's something here, well, then we ask, is it all right if I share some feedback? Is it okay if I share, what I'm feeling from you? So see, there's no blame. It's what I'm feeling. And then you don't get into an argument. And then you let it land or not. Now, the other aspect is, for me, I realized just maybe 5 years ago how much repressed anger I had, because it wasn't safe for me to express anger. That was one of the emotions that wasn't safe. You got to be the nice person, and you got to be approved of by your friends and society and all of this. So I have a more repressive side of anger. Though in our culture, I would say more men geared toward expressing anger in that aggressive way. So feel into yourself right now. How do you work with anger? Do you come from more of a reactive place with anger? You begin to judge, criticize, blame? Or do you react in a more repressive way? You close yourself off emotionally. You turn inward. You decide not to speak up. Your voice becomes lower. So this is one way we begin to engage our shadow, as we see how these emotions are showing up. And in the moment when we go to that default, we take that breath, we put our hand on our belly, we become present to our feelings and our sensation. And we can be transparent. Wow, I'm feeling triggered. I'm feeling some anger here. Right? Just naming it will help allow it to move. That way it doesn't go at someone. We're just giving it space to breathe. And then we become curious around it. And so the power of no. When we learn how to say no, our culture is full of yes, yes, yes. And that becomes a huge drain on our energy, on our emotions. So when we say no, every time we learn to say no with something that's not in alignment, no, 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 no. Get used to saying no because it begins to streamline your life. And the universe is like, oh, they're aligned. This is what I'm going to bring in. And by me, the I, the great I am that moves through this physical shell that is David, now becomes more clear because I'm aligning with that higher purpose and saying no to those things that aren't in alignment with my values, that aren't in alignment with my own truth. And one of my friends, he says, say no to the good, say yes to the great. Because there's a lot of good things going on in our life. And if we say yes to everything, we become a slave to all of these relationships and engagements and situations. So saying no, I want y'all to practice that. If it's something that's an edge for you. I know it's an edge for me. To say no and to really share what's on my mind and to share with that sense of assertiveness and stand my ground with firmness and love simultaneously. So practice no. Practice no. Say it in the mirror. Look at yourself in the eye. Have that fire with love. That fire with love. That firm, loving no. Okay. So now we're going to move. Let's see how much time we got. We've got a few more minutes. So we are going to move to the liver Qigong practice. And we are right on time. Okay. Yeah, Daniel. Love your comment. Okay. I'm going to stop share. Bing. So this sound is for the liver. So you're going to put your hand on the liver, the right hand side. Make sure y'all can hear me. And the sound starts with a G. Okay, so just go grrr, grrr. Can you feel the vibration? Grrr. You feel that? Grrr. All right. Typically, when we hear that sound, there's this very primal quality. So as human beings, we're also aggressive. It's part of our nature. So we have to have healthy ways. It isn't always necessarily a bad thing, but when we go blaming or shaming or coming from that place of attack, then we know that's when the issue. But there's time where we just need to be firm and strong, right? But it doesn't mean necessarily that we're angry. So feel that again. Inhale. Grrr. One more. Grrr. Good work. So now we do go. Okay. G-U-O. G-U-O. And you're going to feel a more increased vibration to the whole solar plexus area. So connect with that sense of boundaries that are needing to be cultivated right now. Okay. I want you to say it like you mean it. Say it with that vigor. Inhale. Exhale. Giving space to feel anger. Let it move. Let it express. One more. now sit, rest in silence. Now the color is green, so imagine you're in this green forest, beautiful trees and plants all around you. Breathe in that compassion for yourself, the forgiveness for yourself. Whether you've harmed someone with your anger, or whether you repressed your anger and didn't speak your truth, and didn't know how to express the fire in your heart. You see any situations from the past just being healed with this green light. Loving, forgiving, having compassion for ourselves. Very good. Now I know that one of you has to leave right on the dot at 6:30, so I honor you. Bless you. And we're going to go just a few minutes over so we can go over the movement with the sound. I'm going to scoot back. Oh yeah, my cat's here. All right. Cats love the Qigong. They can feel it. Your Qi practice is strong, man, all the animals start coming around. They can feel the vibration. All right. So the key, like I mentioned before, is this twisting and compression through the rib cage, through the intercostals, all right? Spine is tall, but we're getting this nice twisted compression. So we're going to start with the first version, just rolling the ball. And I want you to exhale, press the heel of the hand, then align with the solar plexus, pull the shoulder blade back and down, ground the shoulders, ground the feet, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone in the earth. Okay. Inhale, change hands, exhale, goo. Inhale, exhale, goo. Inhale, exhale, goo. Clearing anger, frustration, rage. Goo. And this hand is extending out, creating that boundary, creating that expression, that healthy expression of our emotion. Inhale, exhale, goo. Now use a little bit more muscle in your tissues. Inhale, exhale, goo. Open your eyes wide. Goo. Two more. Cleanse and clear. Goo. Last one. Goo. Now, we're going to inhale. And we're going to reach back, calling in that compassion. And exhale now, feeling that green light fill our whole body. Inhaling, reaching back, palms face the sky. Having compassion for all of ourselves, pulling through the fragments of our soul back to wholeness. Inhaling, exhaling, expressing fierce compassion for ourselves and others. Learning to say no. And exhale. One more time. Breathing in compassion. And exhale, sending generosity, abundance of compassion through your palm. And slowly come back, connect the hands, breathe into your belly. Observe, feel. Let the hands rest over the belly. Ground down. Relax. As we close our practice, we dedicate it to the awakening of all beings. Feeling that essence, the divine matrix of your liver, compassion, vigor, assertiveness, generosity, abundance, filling you. And massage the belly. Rounding in. So your homework this week is to do the liver exercise at least 10 times and doing 5 with the sound, 5 without the sound. And see where in your life you need to have more clear boundaries to express yourself, and begin to notice if you are more repressive, passive, or more reactive. And we'll begin to work with anger in a new way, in a healthy way, and know that it comes from a place of compassion with ourselves and with others, so that we don't waste our own time and overgive and then become upset because we're being drained. All right. So I'm stopping the recording now.